Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Overwatch Improvement Show. It's your host, Zeke Beaver, and today we're going to watch a game between FaZe Clan versus Complexity on Hollywood. And we're just going to watch Complexity do their push and keep it that. I think it's about 9 minutes that push lasts. So we're just going to keep it pretty short for that aspect. Without any further ado, we're going to hop right into this game and see what's going on. What did we land? About 50 seconds out the... Okay, cool. So the team picks are pretty standard right now. We got the Reinhardt, Zarya, Genji, and Reaper on the defense. Not too bad. It's pretty simple. And then we have McCree Genji with the same setup, which is also not too bad. Pretty standard. Nothing out of the blue here. We're just going to see how they play this out. So here they opt to... Okay, so... Mostly, I see a lot of teams, I see a lot of players online, whatever. I see a lot of people defending that archway right there, which is benefit for two reasons. A, you get to enclose them into certain choke points, and B, you get to block out that right side on what I'm going to call red building, which is the one in front of the archway, and the yellow building is the one by the spawn for the blue team. So you get that advantage. Disadvantage is that if you get picked off, it's a little harder to recover because you don't really have high ground to run to or coverage. It's kind of a risky play, give and take, much like everything is in any esport you will play. So let's see how this verse right here will kind of decide how this game's going to play out. Now, I'm not sure why they did this because I'm not sure if they were scared or they thought it was a legit better strategy. Genji's trying to do a solo fight on the top on the platform. Reinhardt's are trading flame strikes. I believe this Reinhardt gets traded out real quick. Zarya wanted to go in, decided not to. Looks like they're still trying to set up. Looks like their Genji won against. Okay, so they traded 1-1. They were to kill Genji, but then they lost as in Reinhardt. So this push is still alive though. They still have the Zarya. And here you're just gonna see them trade a lot of shots, and they're really focused. They really wanted to go straight down the gut and just ground and pound that shit in, kind of like a body check, to see if they're on top of their shit, see if they can get some quick picks and go for the quick cap. And it looks like the blue team has their shit handled, but blue team isn't. I know since they're set up over there, it's hard to utilize that platform because you'll be by yourself, but they don't really have any defense for it at all. And you're going to watch here, the red team is going to hang back because they lost a couple people, I believe, in those fights, and then come through here. And this is the disadvantage I was talking about. Not having control of that red stairs is so important because they're able to just come on top here. And now the Zarya and Reinhardt are go down the stairs while the two DPSs come up top, and the healers are coming straight in. Lucio has a speed boost, and Zarya's coming right in from the main, I believe the main road. So watch these come down here. The Reinhardt's going to hit somebody. This is well timed, but it's also not well planned by the blue team. It seems like they saw them playing aggressively up forward, and they kind of bought into it. They're like, oh, we don't have to worry about the right because they're playing just no. And they did the right flank, and it worked out for them better. What happened here on this step, this honestly should have been their push. But what happened was that they went in, McCree got 2, and I think they might have got a third one too. No, that wasn't late. So they got 2, they got caught on the Zarya ult, and that was pretty bad, but they traded 2 for 2. So the fight's still even. If McCree could get one more kill, that's their point. He could have played a little better against the Reinhardt. He knew he had ult. He had to know that he had ult. He should have backed up just a little bit more. Maybe used his escape if he had. I think his escape was on cooldown. But Zarya also should have known about the ult and should have had a shield ready. She might have used it in that Zarya ult, so that's also kind of tough. But he should have did more of an effort to get in a safe place and then readjust yourself, But it's hard because when all those things happen, it's hard to get out of that mindset like, oh, I just got 2 kills, He should have did the 2 kills and then get back into the mindset, okay, what's going on now? What do I need to do now? And then he should have noted the 2 other kills and be like, okay, I need not to die. Which is always a good strategy to have, is not to die. Which he did. But that honestly should have been their push. They weren't set up too good with that. They should have someone at least at their top yellow, or yellow 2, we're going to call it. They should have had someone at yellow 2. That would have helped a lot with that push even get started, because he would have saw, let's say if they would have had, oh, they don't have anyone like that. Yeah, that's hard. Without actual hit scan, you can't really have anyone at yellow 2. Maybe the Genji, he could have seen the McCree up there doing his ult. But now we're just talking about ands and ifs and buts. But that's what they did, and they were able to stay alive, so they have another chance. Everyone's resetted in position now. But they're playing way passive. I'm not sure if this is because they're scared or not, but they're playing too passive. Look at that. They're able to just walk in, and now they have all of right control over here, and they have pretty much this middle one too. So watch how this plays out. We're gonna have the Reinhardt pushes in. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it here before this happens. Okay, when the Reinhardt does this play right here, what the Reinhardt's trying to do, and I hope some of you guys already know where I'm going. Already know, slur. Already know where I'm going with this. When the Reinhardt does that unprovoked, when they're just pushing and he just dashes in, it means two things. A, he has his ult ready and he wants to go in and use it. Or B, he has his ult ready and he wants to go in there while his teammates come from behind. But the answer to both of those would be kill the Reinhardt. And I know they tried really hard, and the Reinhardt got fortunate enough to take him off the ledge here, forcing him back. But if the Reinhardt does that and he hits that trash can, then kill him as fast as you can while he's even dashing. If the Reinhardt does that and he goes way past, he goes far away, you have to turn around and kill the deeps and the heals and maybe the off tank. Because if he hits the trash can and doesn't go way back, but he's still in front of you, kill him and then continue with your defense. If he goes that far, the amount of manpower you're using, look, you have the Reaper, you have the Zenyatta, and then you have another Reinhardt that's out of the play completely right now. While, guess what, and I hope you know this, if this happens to you a lot, know that those DPSs are coming right now. They're pushing hard, and they're going to go and try to, it's like an old beta switch kind of thing, distraction here. He knew where you guys were going. He was making them go somewhere he knew, and they can strategize a lot better if they know where you're going to go already. And a lot of this game is doing that, making people move to where you know they're going to go to, something they have to defend. And this point, they really they put a lot of value in the tank, and they tried to help the tank. And he was like, okay, cool. They baited. We know where they're going to go. We can plan better than they can because their backs are turned. They don't know what's going on behind them, so they can't plan shit. So watch how this shit goes down. It's fucking disgusting. Look at that. They finish up. Look at that. Yep. And they didn't even kill the Reinhardt until like way later, if at all, I think. Did he even kill the Reinhardt? Nope. Didn't even kill the Reinhardt. You see? Now, that's how that play goes down. So if you're playing solo or any sort of queue or whatever, you have a team, and they do that, note that. Let's make it simple. If Reinhardt stops in front of you, kill him as soon as possible. If he goes behind you, push forward. And also, too, I'll note this, a little fun strategy to do. If he goes past you and behind you, if you push forward, by the time the Reinhardt's done fighting that Reinhardt, whether he dies or not, whenever he's done fighting that Reinhardt, or done doing his shit, if you push forward and you get some distance forward momentum-wise, it's going to be harder for him to come and engage you. Especially in that position where he has to go up the stairs too. If they push forward and go in front of red building while that secondary push is happening, you put distance and it'll be almost as if like it's less of a flank. Now you have to keep him in mind because he's going to get to you eventually, but it creates more distance. So it's not like they're like if you move back with them and then try to defend forward, or he's right behind you now. So now you're fucked. You're fucking fucked. So just keep that in mind when those I see a lot of plays like that happen, and I see people either don't know what to do or they make kind of the wrong decision about it. So keep that in mind. I'm happy to break down that type of play because that's a very common play I see, and I'm glad it's still really common in high level pro play. Good job, FaZe. You did good. Now they switched into the Winston for this map, which I totally respect. This is a viable switch. The tank was like, hey guys, I'm really good, or I really feel like Winston's good because he can get up top here and he gets really good angles. So I respect that a lot. Looks like they both went Winston. They both switched to Winston. So that must be some meta shit. But I understand where it's coming from. It's definitely not a blind meta, obviously, but it's a good pick. It was unprovoked. It wasn't like, oh, they have this, I have to counter with this. No, it was like, okay, at this part of the map, we should have a Winston. But I've done pretty okay with Reinhardt's. Obviously, I'm not playing against better people, like custom games like these and stuff. But you can make anything work. Don't let anyone tell you can't make it work. Kind of an any given Sunday kind of thing. And now with this push, okay, so I want to talk about what happened on this push. This push was really, really good. We're gonna back that shit up. Yeah, you're looking good. Come on, back that ass. Yeah. We're going to back this shit up and watch this. Watch what fucking goes down here. They have 3 ults. They realize, I think they're ahead of, actually, I'm not sure if they knew they had ults. I forgot how that battle went. 1, 2, 3. And they lost. Well, they blew their ults on the last fight. They blew a couple ults, so they're feeling confident. We have 4 ults. They blew like 2 of them in the last fight. They feel pretty confident. Watch this play go down right her. This is fucking sick. Some sick fucking shit. So, I'm trying to pause it here. Yeah, Winston goes in. He dies, unfortunately. He went in there just to kind of spread them apart. So that's unfortunate. He probably could have still alive more. Reaper comes in with their Zenyatta ult, right? Keep that in mind. Now, what is this play doing? Now, they know they know that they have a Zenyatta, and Zenyatta usually has his ult loaded up. He normally has it, unless he just used it. Chances are he has that shit. He uses that, and they kill that ult right there. Now they feel super confident, using 4 ults, having 4 ults, and using 2 of them to get a kill and destroy the invincible. Because watch this play right here. After that, like, oh cool, we bait that, and now they go for the fucking Zarya pool, and then, oh my god, what's happening? Wipe! Oh my god, we wiped! Oh, what happened? Yeah, so that was a very smart play by them. Using 2 ults to get a gauge on where they're at. I guarantee if he didn't pop his Zenyatta ult right when he did those Zenyatta Reaper ult, they would have went with Zarya right away and did it right there. But they saw that. They used that to engage. Because 2 things happen. It's a win-win situation. Either A, they don't have that ult and you get free fucking kills, or B, they use an ult and you know what they have now loaded. Even if you can know what they have, one piece of information, as if Zenyatta ult, is it up? Having that piece of information, you can plan a little bit better now. Like that was. And that was a very well-organized play. And Complexity, man, that's some high-level shit going on there. I mad respect that. But yeah, you gotta think about that shit. Especially if you're 6-manning that shit up. But that's like a wombo. That was a 2-part plan too. So like teams will probably have one main plan, a main strategy for like control point pushes, and they'll have little wombo combos like that for situations that they can work it out and give a situation. You can do that combo with the Zarya ult in the backpack and then the Reaper Zenyatta one. You can always have those 3 ults. Those 3 ults come up a lot, so you can have that in the backpack and have that strategy always there. Like, okay, we can pop this. And you see what I mean? Like, you got to think about the game of resources. You have your resources, which are your ultimate and your cooldowns, and you need to get information about their cooldown and their ultimates. You can strategize a little bit better. Now, this shit gets fucking funny as fuck. They go up the stairs as a team. They both had the same ideas. Let's go on top and go back down. Nope, they got caught on the stairs. This is just a mess. I think FaZe was just being a little too fancy, trying to get a little too fancy with it. Trying to like, oh, we'll go up here, but they had their number. They had their number all day. They do some cleanup here. Yeah, there we go. But they still were able to get the push off, which is actually good on I would honestly call that a FaZe win, because they were able to get that limo past that corner, and that corner can get really hard. So even though they kind of lost a lot, I honestly think they gained a little bit, and they come back strong with this push here, where Reinhardt goes in first. They pop Gorilla ult, Harambe ult. If you've been paying attention to those dank memes, the Harambe ult. Now they come back. Okay, good. The Reaper's doing a really good job staying in the side flanks, not trying to stay hidden, not show himself. Okay, so they're gathering up. Let's see. Let's try to think what they're thinking here. They have the Reinhardt push on this top step. No, he's gonna stay back down there. Okay. Ooh, a black stream. Ooh, creepy. I don't know what happened, but apparently they're going balls deep. But yeah, so they waited. Everyone's popping ults. We have to beat. Okay, this play right here. So that last play had a positive note, moving to payload, but not really much of a kill advantage in ultimates and stuff like that, and momentum. Momentum's a big thing also in this game. People get tilted a lot. Don't get tilted. Just stay calm. Take what you can get. Anyways, so what happened in this play here, you can't see it now, obviously. I'll try to put it a little closer here, is that I couldn't see the black screen. That actually fucks up this whole play. But from what I could gather from it, is that they were waiting for some ults, and both teams popped the Zenyatta ult and went in. And what really won them this, because they're pretty even on ults in that fight, everyone blew like at least 2 ults or some shit, was that I think the Gorilla was Winston Harambe was trying to get to the left side sheriff police office and was trying to get a good flank there, but they were able to zone him out really well. And because they zoned him out, it looks like it just kind of snowballs. Traded 1 for 1 in the Zarya ult. And yeah, so zoning that out gave them a pretty good advantage. It's hard to tell. I wasn't able to see that full fight, so it's hard to tell what exactly happened and who engaged first. So we're just gonna notch that one to good job Reaper and McCree for zoning the Winston, and good job Zarya for that nice ult. Also, actually, I'm gonna go back a bit. I want to talk about the 2 plays before. If they use the Zenyatta ult too with the if you use the Zenyatta Reaper combo and bait out the Zenyatta ult, if they're kind of close together like that, you know that they're going to have to go into that circle. So you could have that Zarya ult loaded for that shit. So just keep that in mind too. If they're all close together and they pop the Zenyatta ult, no, that's a perfect opportunity to follow up with a Zarya ult. Very good. So Reaper looks like he's going to keep the flanks going. Now this part gets a lot of back and forth. This part is a lot of trade here, trade here. I believe there's 2 fights. No, there's 3 fights that happen. There's 1 win, 1 loss for them, and then there's the final push fight. So let's see here. We got the Reaper trying to sit up top. I think he's trying to get his Death Blossom up. No ults on the board beside Lucio. That's not going to do much. Red Team Reinhardt was able to get in there and pop a kill, which is really nice. And they want to push in, but oh no, their Reinhardt died. Okay, so it looks like he was trying to mix it up. Okay, so you saw what happened there. He went in there really balls deep. He went YOLO on that shit. And he's like, okay, I'm going to go in there. Kind of do the play that we saw before. It's actually the same play. You saw that? They went they went to do that, and they're like, okay, we're going to follow up. But because this time, honestly, it might have worked if he would have went the long way down the street and hit the end of the level. But since he went short, Reinhardt stood in front of everybody, and then he just died. And they tried, because he saw them trying to push it, but they realized, oh fuck, Reinhardt didn't go far enough. He's still here. They died. And you saw them like, oh fuck, and they backed out, but they got picked off. So that was rough. But you see like the setup of the plays. I don't know what we're call. We're gonna call that the Reinhardt milkshake. Okay, that's what that play is called. When you send Reinhardt in as a distraction, they want to call it that Reinhardt milkshake. They tried to pull the Ryan milkshake, and it didn't work out. But that's okay. If you know each step of your play, it's easier to recover when it doesn't happen. Don't have your plays be one big play. Don't be like, I'm going to have Reinhardt go forward and Genji's going to come behind and kill the heal. Like, no. Be like, Reinhardt goes forward. Okay, A, B, or C happens. Whenever A, B, or C happens, we do D, E, F. You know what I mean? If A happens, we do D. If B happens, we do F. If you split your plans up that a little bit, you have a better time realizing when a plan fails. So if you do plan A, Reinhardt goes in, and he dies, oh shit, well we can't do plan B or C, we gotta do plan D, which is get the fuck out of there. Or maybe it looks like they had a plan B, it looks like they were gonna go in, but I think they stopped when Reinhardt died. So I think that was just a kind of a simple one-step plan. Reinhardt in, everyone else in. If he doesn't live, everyone out. Didn't work out, but looks like I totally talked over that play. What happened in that play? We came in here, they're trying to push, and then Reinhardt strike. Yep. Okay, we got Death Blossom from above. Okay. Oh no, it wasn't that. Okay, so they tried to do a Death Blossom, but it looks like it just didn't work out. I want to actually sorry about this, guys. I usually pre-watch these and figure out what's happening in all these fights, but okay, whose Death Blossom is that? That's blue. Oh, okay. So it was a blue team Death Blossom that set up for the kills. Okay, now that's just that's Bush League shit. Reaper from above, come on, McCree, you know you got that. Who's playing McCree on the red team? Too easy? You know that shit's coming. You know that shit's coming all day. Come on, Too Easy, get your shit together. No, he's a really good player. I would watch his POV if you can. He's a really cool McCree. And I think he used to have a good Widow too, back before they nerfed the shit out of her. Okay, so the Reaper's trying to get behind. I will do videos, video plug here. I want to do videos on certain characters, too. I want to do a Reaper video really bad. I'm going to do a Soldier. I'm going to do all the DPSs, pretty much. And then I'll have some special guests on to do our tank plays, because I know some really good tanks out there. And we're going to talk about tanks. But back to focus. Looks like here, they just got really frustrated, and they try to go balls deep. Like, I'll back it up a bit. Looks like they just got really frustrated and trying to, like, see the defending and stuff like that. They don't even have a Reinhardt here. Reaper goes behind, but she saw, okay, what happened here too, which I like about this play a lot too, is that she saw the Reaper leave, so she's like, okay, they're down a Reaper. Other Reaper, who do they have? Fucking McCree? Well, I got shields and fucking Zenyatta heals on my ass. I don't fucking give a shit. So she walks in there, she plays super aggressive. If that Reaper would have stood there, she probably wouldn't have played so aggressive, because she would have got her shit pushed in. But the Reaper left, and she knew that, so she went in there for the ult, and this is kind of the same play. This play doesn't work out, so I don't see how this play develops as far as Reaper going behind them. Like, that's such a far, flanking Shadow Step. But, I don't know what the fuck that ability's called. I call it Shadow. I think Shadow Step's the one where he's invincible. Whatever. When he does his teleportation, they knew that, and you see how they all push forward? It's that same concept, where it's like, oh, they're behind us. Well, instead of going backwards and trying to kill them while everyone closes the distance on us, let's push aggressive and put distance just between one target instead of losing distance on both ends, because chasing a Reaper behind you is probably Not really cool, anyways. So they saw that as an opportunity to go push and pop some ults and get some kills. That's the kind of things you need to fucking think about when you're doing it and playing, you know. And it's hard because this game's really fast paced. It's really easy to get caught up in the action, and when you lose, it's hard to really understand why you lost, what happened. You know, it's hard, and you get frustrated, and you queue again because this game's addicting, and you want to play more, and you want to get better and stuff like that. But this is what gets you better here. Record film, record yourself play. I know there's no replay, and that fucking blows dick. But record yourself play, and my octave went really high there. I'm sorry, DB. I didn't mean to hurt you there, buddy. Record your gameplay though, watch it and see. Try to catalog into fights. All we've seen really is we saw one fight, we saw the second fight, we saw a third fight, and then there was 1, 2 in the middle with the third push, and now on these fights, which this is the third fight. So there's been about 9 fights. Yeah, cataloging 9 fights, you know, and that's really well organized. 9 fights for this, that's not a lot. That's not a lot of fights, okay? And the first section took up 3 of those fights, I think. So catalog it in those fights. If you catch yourself like, well, I don't really see any fights here. I just see 2 people dying and 2 people going in. That it's hard because you want to tell your teammates to fucking group the fuck up. But you got to set that example, you know. You got to, like, if you're playing healer, set that example by waiting for your teammates, you know. If you're playing DPS, set that example by sitting in front of spawn and teabagging it so people know that, hey, we're waiting, dude. This is what we're going to do. If you can catalog that into fights, because I think fights only last like 30 seconds, and each point I think is about 3 minutes, 3:30. So each point is about, I'm going to say about 4 to 3 fights, because I know some fights last longer. It's not exactly 30 seconds, probably 45, 30. So if you catalog it in there, it's easy to see why you lost, because you can split the game up into sections. Split the game up into fights, not the whole game. Don't split it up to, well, this McCree sucked, or this Pharah sucked, or that sucked. In fact, don't do that. Say that McCree was pretty good on the other team. Yeah, maybe you might think you're better than him, but that's not what this is about. This isn't about being better than that McCree. It's about winning. And how do you win? We have to lose. But how do you lose correctly? Well, you got to learn why you didn't lose instead of just saying we lost and we suck. No, watch back, catalog your fights. Make sure you're always try to set that tone for the community. There's a lot of negative shit, and I'm not going to lie. I lose my shit too sometimes, you know, but I'm trying every day to be a better person and a better gamer at this. So this is one thing that will help you see clarity into things. And also maybe get your teammates to fucking group up in solo queue instead of fucking, streaming in or some shit. So that's what happened on that play. We got 2 more fights coming in here. We got one fight that's going to set the tone for them for the final fight, which is going to be the push. So we're going to wait here. They're getting it all set up. They're playing a little back here. They're ready for the ults. They realize we won 2 fights, and we've had some good ults, but ults naturally rise up, obviously. So they're probably going to have some ults. So they back up into a choke point. They're trying to back up here and just stop them here for 50 seconds, which, see, they were, oh, God, what did I do? They were ahead, technically. Yeah, they were ahead, technically. Like, they had good ults and stuff like that, you know, but they blew all their ults in the last one, and like, shit, we just blew our ults. They probably have their ults ready, because, you know, you can't deny people ults forever. Let's hang back and get to another choke point that we can actually defend. Most solo queue teams, and probably you watch them right now, you probably end up playing super aggressive off that shit at this exact time. Okay, playing that aggressive the way they were playing before in that spot at those earlier times was fine. They understood where they're at. They also understood where they're at now as far as ults and how that went down. They're like, okay, they don't have ults, let's back up. We don't have to be aggressive. Just because winning doesn't mean we're forward. You know, you got to really. It's like the last video I did where the passive team sat in the corner. You know, just giving them space isn't automatic loss. You can give them space for the sake of the win. But we're gonna see exactly why they lost. Because even though all that shit I just talked, it looks like they fucking followed that fucking shit up. So let's see what happened. We got Reinhardt pushing the back. I'm gonna shoutcast this for a second. We got Zarya. Reinhardt's going to the right. He's taking on the Zarya. It looks like they get 1 kill on Reaper. Okay, see what happened here is that there's a McCree and Reaper behind this Reinhardt. And, oh yeah, I remember this play. The Reinhardt fucked up super hard, okay? If they're going to defend, they push way too hard. Because that Reinhardt had no idea what the fuck was going on behind him. But he saw the kill feed of fucking Reapers and McCrees. And even when Reaper and McCree killed 2 people, he didn't turn around or anything. He just looked forward. And I understand he had a flame strike on deck. He went to hit some shit. But Zenyatta popped his fucking ult. Like, so there's no point. Like, I understand using the flame strike and then Zenyatta ult pops. And you're like, oh, fuck. But he should have turned around. Once he used the flame strike and the Zenyatta pop, fuck, I just used the ult and I didn't kill anybody and I'm losing 3 guys behind me. I have to turn around. There's like no fucking thing. He could have gotten away because Zenyatta had a couple, My chair is squeaking. I apologize for that so much. But yeah, he should have turned around and tried to maybe scramble that push or that defense a little bit more. But the Reaper McCree got behind. Imagine McCree probably did a shadow step somewhere or a shadow teleport somewhere up top and just got around and started wrecking people. It's hard when they do. That was a shitty point of view too. Why did it take on the? Why did they go to the Reaper and McCree? I guess they thought the Reinhardt would have did something. But yeah, that one was hard. I think they could have defended if they were on the inside of that wall instead of outside technically where the end of the level is. Because that place is much easier. Where Reinhardt was sitting specifically and where everyone else was, kind of a shit fest. Especially if you're playing with McCree Reaper on offense, it's a shit fest. So you should probably go back a little bit, try to find those choke points because I'm not sure if you guys noticed. I'm gonna be real with you for a second. Not sure if you noticed, but Overwatch is made just like fucking Call of Duty was like 4 years ago. Like there's 3 lanes in every fucking map. Okay, and you might be like, hey Daniel, the new map, it doesn't have 3 lanes. It only has 2. It does. The first defense point, you know, the one with the fucking stone arc. I might put a picture up. I'm not actually, but the stone archway in that new map. People are like, there's only 2 ways. There's the right room, there's a shit fest, and there's down the middle, which is a fucking poop fest. Well, guess what? If you go up top, there's a third way that goes downstairs and leads to the left side. So there is 3 ways. Learn your 3 ways. And when you're defending, if you're in a position where you can't see all 3 choke points, you're in a bad position. You need to fucking get that shit up. Which is why you could also defend the inside of Hollywood from where they were, because you technically can still see all 3 choke points, except one of the sides have an open top. So you can have different heroes can go on top, and that makes it a little difficult. It's almost like a 3.5 with that red platform. If you have any idea what I'm talking about, that's fine. If you don't, ask in the comments below, and I will explain further exactly what I just fucking said. Otherwise, my time here is done. Thank you for watching. If you liked what I said, if you fucking hate my guts and think I should die, post comment at the bottom. All that dumb bullshit people do or whatever. But I am out, and you guys have a great day. And remember, don't get good, get better. Thank you. You guys have a great day.